YouTube, what's going on, man? We Benji and we are back balling.
Tell your mans to chill. Yo, who mans is this? Somebody come get this.
But look, a lot of what's going on in the WNBA season has been covered this year, and I've been able to pop in and out of what's going on with the games. But obviously, the internet has been going crazy all season long because Sheryl Swoopes was one of the first people that went on and talked about how Caitlin Clark's transition to the WNBA was going to be difficult. And since then, a lot of people just view her as a hater. She's been very vocal about big upping some of the other players, particularly the black women, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But a lot of people feel like she has some personal vendetta against Caitlin Clark. And so somebody compiled a video of her stat checking. Let's check it out.
Rookie of the Year was picked today. I give it to Angel. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now? Absolutely not. If you're
So this was like in January.
going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because
I guess the discrepancy there is that, I don't know, she was there during COVID, but she was still doing her thing.
there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So
She was offered an extra year to play in Iowa due to COVID, but chose to join the WNBA instead. You see, I think a player like Paige did that. She took her extra year.
she's already had
Paige was also
an extra
injured, too.
year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
She also broke it with like a lot of time left, you know, within her senior season.
Yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be. And I don't think it should be. Let's also talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them. But you have a 25-year-old playing against a
Still 22.
20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them.
I think that's a terrible narrative too, because I mean, obviously a lot of the guys, or a lot of the women that are in the college game stay for a while because there's nothing that forces them to go to the WNBA, particularly now that you have collegiate athletes making money off their own likeness. What's the point?
Because you've been doing it a lot longer than they have. Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
This was crazy. This is a crazy episode. Here's another quote that she had about the newcomers coming into the WNBA, how she believed that they weren't going to easily transition.
It's not going to be what people think it's going to be her first couple of years in the W. And there's so many players that I could point to that's happened to when they came out.
There's a valid point to be made. There's plenty of players that came out of the NCAA killing it, and they got to the pros and weren't able to make a smooth transition. Because now you have a new role, now you have a new opportunity, and new shoes to fill.
Sabrina left Oregon, and when she graduated, came to the WNBA, people were like, oh my gosh, she's going to take the WNBA by storm. Like, I don't think people truly understand how good these women are.
A lot of people don't understand true how like the game and systems work too. I mean, it's a lot different to be, you know, the star player in your college team. Like everybody in the pros was a star player on their college team. Now you have to probably fill a different role.
Like, no, you don't just leave college and come to the W and do what you did in college.
Right.
Like, these are fully grown-ass women who are good, right? And they're like, oh, no, I can't wait for you to get to the league.
100%.
That's what it is.
You got first-round picks, not
Lunch
make your
meat.
rosters. I mean,
Yeah.
it's wild.
Lunch meat.
We talk about
It's not going to be what...
But you can see Sheryl Swoopes has been an advocate for women's hoops. I mean, you look at this time last year, you know, Houston Rockets and Gatorade teamed up for first ever all-girls clinic, and big shout out to Sheryl Swoopes and the other pioneering women who trained the young ladies in the importance of basketball on and off the court. Sheryl Swoopes had a successful WNBA career, and I think I'd be remiss to discount that. But the internet believes that she is a huge hater. Look at it.
I can't even put into words like how special that is.
When I count to three, baby, drop your weapon. Don't knees, bitch.
Sorry, I got a little. I'm saying she was there. She was hooping. She was getting buckets. She was doing her thing, getting rings. Yeah, MVP seasons. mismatch on the court. Like I said, I mean, you can look at some of the accolades here. 3-time MVP, first player to sign a WNBA contract, first woman to have a signature athlete shoe, won a championship during her first 4 seasons, also led the league in scoring twice, won the Defensive Player of the Year 3 times during a 5-year stretch, and gave Jordan buckets.
Let's play one-on-one. No.
I don't know how Jordan played in them clunky 9s.
He was tired, old, out of shape, you know. He,
I didn't see
11
any
is the
challenge.
game. And
I just wanted to cut it short before someone got hurt.
That Drew Jordan was crazy. And we got another video here where this dude talked about, as the WNBA season progressed, a lot of her takes on Caitlin Clark, I mean, she stood strong, and it seemed as if she was presenting a little bit of pushback to her success.
Women's basketball legend Sheryl Swoopes hates Caitlin Clark so much she is letting it ruin her professional career and her personal relationships. It is wild. Like many of the older women's basketball legends, she tries to diminish Caitlin Clark at every turn, specifically saying that Caitlin only broke the college record because she was a 5th-year senior and because she takes 40 shots a game. When that, of course, was absolutely proven wrong. She was only a 4-year senior.
Wait. I want the person to reach out to you and say I made a mistake on what year this is for you. COVID, you're having me all confused. I have nothing but respect for your game and appreciate the skill. Congrats and everything.
Only took about 20 shots a game. She immediately texted Caitlin saying this. Of course, Caitlin.
Hey, that's dope. No worries. I really appreciate all that you're doing. There's no hard feelings. I appreciate all you're doing with women's basketball, inspiring girls like me and building foundation for platform.
Caitlin Clark, being the class act that she always is, replied with this, even though she probably wanted to say, shut the fuck up, you old bitch. Now, fast forward.
Oh my goodness, but wow. I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana. I'm going to shout out Lexi Hull. I'm a big Lexi Hull fan. Lexi Hull shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell was stroking. He's shooting the basketball. Leah Boston, almost triple W. Indiana continues to play with the playing. Like the two they're going to do in the standards. Yeah, Indiana wasn't doing anything special at the beginning of the season. They were just receiving help from Caitlin Clark. But they obviously, it's basketball a team game. Everybody was trying to figure things out. Caitlin Clark was turning the ball over, trying to get everybody on the same page. Don't think so far we've received measurable hate against Caitlin Clark, except for the COVID year thing. I mean, that was pretty easy to look up.
So last week, Sheryl Swoopes on her podcast talks about the Indiana Fever and mentions every other player by name and refuses to bring up Caitlin Clark.
And now this is where we start to see a common theme.
The end of the world, but it's obvious and it's deliberate and it's an agenda and it's petty, so Stephen A. Smith brings it up on his show.
You know basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out.
Swoopes replied with this tweet basically saying it is personal for her and then was removed from an ESPN broadcast of Caitlin Clark.
You talk about whomever and whatever you want to in your podcast, correct? So why can't I? Do you listen to the entire episode? Nope. I have a personal relationship with these players and deserve recognition as well. I don't think anyone is not recognizing these people. It just is something Caitlin Clark has, is this star power that's receiving a lot of notoriety that night in and night out. Similarly, we saw Victor Wembanyama, Zion Williamson, etc., etc. The names can go down the list on the men's counterpart. While Wembanyama and the Spurs probably had one of the worst seasons this year, everything that Wembanyama was doing was being reported and covered.
Clark game. She says she was never supposed to be on that game. I don't know if I believe that. Nancy Lieberman then went on.
This is talking about when she was actually replaced, apparently for covering a game. She was supposed to cover the WNBA game, the Indiana Fevers game, and do color commentary, but she was apparently removed. She was doing color commentary for the Aces, and I want to say it was and the Wings. I was watching that game, and there was certain points in the game where it was like as if she had refused to do commentary when alluding to Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever. She just sat there and was quiet.
Stephen A. Smith and said her relationship with Cheryl's done.
I've known Sheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her, and I called her as a friend, and I said, you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. Our relationship's not happening at this point.
Imagine jeopardizing your career, losing lifelong friends, and becoming a distraction all because someone's good at basketball. Why don't you go to drinkcan.com and get yourself some weed-infused seltzer with 2 to 5 milligrams of THC? Maybe you'll chill out.
And then he threw the sponsorship in there.
I
don't think that she hates the girl,
Just
though.
a great atmosphere for women's basketball. I think it's a good kickoff to the WNBA season. I think the way we played, there's some things we could have executed a little better. I thought we could have got into our offense a little bit better. The pace was amazing. That's fun basketball. People like to watch. But overall, definitely what I expected.
Yeah, so what do you take away from this game? Besides the fact that you guys didn't walk out of here with the W, what do you take away from this game that you want to improve on moving forward?
I think just the little things. I think knowing when to push in transition and knowing when to slow up and run our offense a little bit better. I think overall our defense was pretty good. I thought we could have gotten better in some areas. I thought we could have passed the ball a little bit better, but.
And it's so crazy that the Wings now are like in another direction. But it didn't seem like there was animosity here, guys. He'll put you in front of those who have doubted you. Big calculator. Definitely feel the tension in this interview. Very awkward interview. I don't know if y'all are like contriving this hate. It does seem like she has been petty, but I don't know. Like she could just not be her favorite player. Like she says, she could have personal relationships with other players and just wanted to bring them forwards. And then you have people bringing this stuff up in order to kind of say that there's a reason that she's hating on Caitlin Clark is because her rookie season she's already surpassed what she's been able to do in her MVP season. Look at the comments. I'll be mad too. The pinnacle of my career was made to look nothing like but a footnote. This defining peak of my achievements was so easily passed by a rookie, for which this won't even be her best season. I'd be a salty, bitter. Okay. Trying to diminish the champion while pretending these stats are far apart and not including turnovers is something. Yeah, that's kind of why I think. I think the end of the day, it's as if WNBA fans are just finding reasons to pit these players against one another. You know what I mean? I think that's been the craziest thing, is that if it's not Sheryl Swoopes, it's Angel Reese hating on her. It's Diana Taurasi hating on her. It's somebody hating on Caitlin Clark, which only adds to the legend of Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark just wants to go out there and play basketball, win games, and continue to keep moving. But it's as if there's just some crazy narrative that has to get spun about her every single game. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section below. Is there anything that you can see Sheryl Swoopes is against Caitlin Clark for, or is it just something that the internet is making up?